Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I've made jambalaya. This is a recipe that was given to me back in the late 80s by a friend of mine named Doug. Doug, if you're watching, thank you very much. He lived in New Orleans for a while, and that's where he learned how to make this, and he shared his recipe with me. The combination of the flavors is very unique, and I really enjoy this. The hardest part of it is the prep work. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. Okay, what you need is a half a pound each. Half a pound of bacon. I'm going to be cutting this up and cubing it into small pieces. A half a pound of ham. I already have the cubed ham because I use that in my salads. A half a pound of chicken. I have chicken breasts. About one chicken breast should do it. And a half a pound of sausage. Now this is where your taste comes in. I do not like spicy food, so mine's the original. But they have very hot. So however spicy you want this, that's what you're going to start with. So I'm going to get this stuff all ready to go. And then I'm going to fry the bacon and I'll remove it. And then I'll fry the ham and chicken and remove it. And I'll do the same thing with the sausage. Okay, the bacon is pretty much cooked. I don't want to get this too well done, but I think you can see they are slightly brown. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to leave the grease behind to cook the rest of the meat with. Okay, now that the bacon is removed from the pan, I'm going to add the ham and the chicken. And once I get these cooked, the chicken has been rinsed very well. But after I get these cooked, I'll remove them, and they're going to go back in this bowl where the bacon is. And I'm going to finish up by cutting cooking up the sausage. And this is over a medium flame. I find that if it gets too high of a flame, the chicken has a tendency to get a little rubbery. We'll be back after that's cooked. Okay, the chicken is pretty well cooked. I'm not seeing any pink on it at all, so I'm going to be taking this out and putting it in the bowl with the bacon, and then I'm going to cook the sausage. Okay, while the sausage is cooking, I'm going to cut up one large green pepper, and I'm going to dice that, and a large onion diced, and 6 celery heart ribs. And he told me it was important to use the celery heart because they are not bitter. And you don't want anything to overpower anything. There's so many flavors in here, they all have to go together. Okay, in addition to the veggies that I have already chopped up, you need a 12-ounce can of chicken stock or broth, an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, a 4-ounce can of tomato paste, 2 whole bay leaves, some red pepper, white pepper, black pepper. I don't have any white pepper, but that's what he used, and 1 cup of rice. Okay, I'm going to heat the chicken stock to a low boil. And once I do, I'll start adding the other things. Okay, now that the broth is on a low boil, I'm going to add the veggies. There's the celery, the onion, and the green peppers. And to this I'm going to add the rice. And then the tomato sauce and tomato paste and spices. And then I'm going to let this simmer for 15 minutes. And we'll be back. And this is cooking on a very low flame. And after the 15 minutes is up, then I'll be adding the meat to it and continue cooking. If this feels a little too thick, add a little water. I added about a half a cup of water just so the veggies would cook a little better. But if you don't have this at a medium boil, these veggies are not going to be very tender. Okay, the 15 minutes is done. The veggies are starting to look pretty translucent, which is what I want. And I'm going to take the bay leaves out. Before I add the meat. Ooh, hot. Okay, I'm adding all the meat that I had cooked separately. And I'm going to let this cook for another 5 minutes on low. I remember when he first made this for me. I had never tasted anything like it before, and it's very unique, especially with all the meat in it. But there are so many flavors that just combine like crazy. And this is definitely one dish that you have got to try. Okay, I'll be back in 5. Okay, the last 5 minutes is done. I'm going to turn this heat off. And I'm going to plate this up and definitely wait for it to cool down before I taste it. Oops. But you can see how incredibly hot this is. And we'll be back for the tasting. Okay, this has been cooling for a while, so I'm going to give it a little taste. Don't forget the recipe for this is on creativelysam's.com. Oh my gosh, I forgot how good this is. This is absolutely amazing. Oh, thanks again, Doug. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.